Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. We are on Monday movie night reviews.
Don't I need to test it too?
Well, go ahead, say something again. Yep, it's working. Just a nice brick of sound bar. All right, guys. I am joined, Caleb, by my buddy Matt. Say hi, Matt.
Hello.
We just saw Fantastic Four First Steps, and honestly, I just got to give my raw reaction. But after you, what do you think, Matt?
It was actually really good. I was actually looking forward to it, and this is I know we always flip back and forth of the cycle of is the MCU dead or not. But no, this was actually a really breath of fresh air.
I wasn't excited until I saw the reviews. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought it was going to suck, and I thought it was going to be disappointing. And when I saw like 2 or 3 people start reviewing positive, I actually did get excited for it.
Oh yeah, I saw like some of the biggest like critics give good reviews. Like,
like Critical Drinker was a big one.
Erotic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like Marvel haters, woke haters, and there was a lot of negative reception surrounding like some stuff that people said about the movie, but we can maybe get into later. But there was a lot of like false rumors and stuff going around about the quality of the film and like, the direction it was going, and it kind of soured people's tastes in their mouth leading up to it. But I would say the movie like was really good. It was really awesome. So when it was over, I was like, dude, this is like a return for Marvel potentially, as long as they keep it up. They can't.
Do you think it's because jumping ahead, but do you think it's because it took place in an isolated universe that it's had its own room to breathe?
Yeah, no, I think that helped a lot. I can't imagine what cameos they would have put in there, though, that would have not taken away from the film.
Yeah.
Because the movie was pretty short. It was only an hour and 55 minutes, which is not bad at all.
It was paced well.
Yeah, but previews were really, God, they were so long. It's like almost 3 hours.
Total. Oh, yeah, right before the movie was about to start, we had a surprise Avatar 3 preview out of nowhere.
I'm not excited for that at all. But anyway, Fantastic Four. I feel like I took my first. Why do you think they called it First Steps? Do you think it was because like this is like, oh, we're rebooting or we're going in a new direction?
I don't know. I completely forgot that it was subtitled First Steps because, for one, like I'm really glad we're past like redoing origin stories over and over again. Like I'm glad they just like brushed through that. Like 4 years ago, they went to space and got their powers, and we love them. Like I'm really glad we're past origin stories because this is like the third time I've seen an iteration of Fantastic Four. There's the 2000s, then there was the bad 2015 one.
I watched the 94 one.
Okay, I never saw that one.
It was fantastic. No, I didn't mean to make a pun, but I just did. I loved it. Other than this one's my favorite Fantastic Four film.
But yeah, First Steps, I'm kind of lost on why it's called that.
Yeah. Maybe they just
maybe because it's a baby and it's taking its first steps.
I was just thinking that. Way to steal my joke out of my brain. No. Okay. I guess we can say spoilers because it's late. We're just gonna go through the movie. So, spoiler warning. Silver Surfer's a girl.
Not a spoiler. That's in trailer.
Yeah. No. I thought it was going to be a DEI mandated Silver Surfer has to be a girl, but I thought they actually did a good.
It worked.
It worked. Yeah. Like it was kind of Johnny Storm love interest. They didn't go all the way with it where it was they had to have a kiss scene or a romance scene. They didn't go all the way.
Yeah.
But it gave like an angle for her to want to change her mind at the end.
Where she had a redemption arc.
Yeah, exactly. So. But they use Johnny Storm and the fact that he's attracted to her and that it's a girl and she's an impressionable and she's attracted to him and it kind of pulls on her heartstrings a bit. They use that. It's not just a pointless gender swap. Like
toxic masculinity saved the day.
Yeah. And I was worried because the guy that played Johnny Storm, he said beforehand, he's not going to be a womanizer like he is in previous iterations or the comics. I was thinking like, oh man, they're making him like, a wuss, or they're going to make him all girly. But no, you could tell like he was a womanizer, but they just kind of downplayed it. They didn't make it where he's Chris Evans' version where it's just girls. But like, he's a playboy, but he tones it down because they got to fight Galactus.
Yeah. Also, with how short the movie was, they didn't have like room for any of that.
Yeah, they didn't have it. But with that though, even though it was really quickly paced, they had the scenes where they're working together, where there's a camaraderie, where they're like where Ben and Johnny Storm are cooking together and they're taste testing each other's stuff. Like there was still stuff in there for that where they got to work with each other and have some downtime. So that was in there.
Yeah.
But then there was plenty of action. So like one of the first things to do is they fight that tar monster. And there's all four of them, and they're fighting it, and they knock it out. It's not a tar monster. It looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon. Do you remember that? It's
Briefly.
at the very beginning.
Yeah, it was one of those quick flashbacks.
Yeah, but it was that was the comic cover of, I believe, Fantastic Four #1 is they're fighting that fish monster, and it's the poster from the first issue of Fantastic Four, I believe.
Okay.
I was like, that's awesome. So they did stuff like that. So there's an opening montage where they're already heroes. Like you said, they brush past the origin and they show all the stuff they've done. They fought the Mole Man, they fought the Subterraneans, and they've done all that already. And they've been the Avengers for quite a while. And I really appreciated that. I thought it kind of cut out all the fat of like, oh, we got to see them learn that they have powers. They skipped the part where Ben Grimm hates being the Thing and he hates being Rock.
Yeah.
Man.
Again, we're at the point where we're skipping origin stories.
Mhm.
So because we don't have half the movie to dedicate to that anymore.
No, because after we get out of the montage of them saving the world a few times and cooking together, and Sue Storm's pregnant, like immediately Silver Surfer shows up.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're gonna eat the planet. Galactus is on his way. And then they go to space and they look for Galactus. Like it's very well paced to where it's not too long, but there's also like it also kind of feels like there's no room. I don't know. There weren't any scenes that dragged out too long. Right. It was just like the perfect amount of downtime / action /
the characters had chemistry. So
yeah. Pedro Pascal. I talk a lot about Pedro Pascal fatigue, which you've heard me probably.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of with you there. He's kind of in several things now. So,
but I thought in this one it was something different enough. Like I don't know if he's going to be in everything. I didn't feel like this was too much. I was worried in the trailer it would feel like too much, but I feel like he played this very differently than what he did playing Joel or The Mandalorian. Because in those, he just plays the same himself. But in this one, I thought there's a lot more depth to him. But what do you think?
You definitely know more about the comics than I do, but watching, like, I understand, like, Reed Richards is supposed to be the smartest man in the world. And so you just really do see, like, that analytical side of him. He's like, he has to figure out everything. Like, that's why he's like struggling. That's why he's more terrified to be a father. He's like this isn't like who I am. Like, I have to, everything's an equation to me.
Yeah.
But so we see that,
for lack of a better term, he has to learn to stretch, because he, like you said, he has to do everything mathematically. He has to calculate things. He has to do stuff logically. And when it comes to being a husband, when it comes to being a father, there's no formula for it. There's no X equals with being a father. So he struggles with that, and we see that. And then we have Sue Storm, which, again, more bad press. Leading up, we were told she's the girl boss. She's in charge. She's leading the Fantastic Four. Pedro Pascal's tossed to the side. Not true. Like
she was leading politics
in
some way, though. Like, it was hardly nothing.
Because Reed Richards he wasn't good with the social interactions. So that's where she came in, and she was like the ambassador, brokering peace between the Subterraneans and the Mole Men and the Earth, the above surface dwellers. So I don't know, like each character had their own role. I felt like each character got the right amount of screen time, and they also got to you get to see them all have like their character arcs, I don't know. Like, I really don't feel like Pedro Pascal fatigue was in this film for me. I thought he played it very differently from his other roles.
Yeah.
But regardless of that, like Sue Storm was perfectly cast. Johnny and Ben Grimm, like all their performances were solid. And I almost said rock solid
I thought first of all, I also want to say that I thought the Thing looked great on camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or like he wore all the shirts, he wore pants, he wore all these outfits to hide his rock form.
But like his CG was good though.
Yeah, no, it was great. I didn't see a single thing out of place. And then whenever he grew out the rock beard, he just kept it on the whole film.
And it looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really funny. I was using a grinding wheel to that's the only way he can shave, which
Mhm.
surprised that he could grow a rock beard at all. But
Yeah, I mean that all that adds charm, like small
yeah, no,
things
yeah, that's
like
small
shaving.
details that just adds a lot to it. Which I do want to say, I really did love the setting.
Hmm.
Like it's how it's like a 50s. It's like old tech, but also like future tech in one. Like
Hmm.
their robot is running off of tapes.
Yeah.
um, they have old cars, but they have flying cars, and just
Hmm.
like old 50s spaceships. I don't know, I just really love that aesthetic.
Yeah, and it really shows the aesthetic really bleeds into the dialogue and
They're
how.
using records. They're like, oh, it's a new signal from space. They recorded on a record.
Yeah, yeah, I love that, and like honestly, like this is the first time I said I cannot wait. This is a long time since I thought this. I can't wait for them to interact with the other characters. You know, I can't wait for Thor to clash with Reed Richards or whoever, the Thunderbolts to clash with the Fantastic Four. I'm actually excited now to see characters interact with each other again. Whereas before, I was like, I don't care about the Falcon teaming up with, I don't know, Miss Marvel. Like I was like, I don't care,
Yeah.
you know. But I actually want to see it again. I actually want to see characters interact, meet. I don't know if it'll be as fun as Infinity War, but I mean, I could see it being at least more fun than no fun at all, like the past few films have been.
Is
but
Doomsday the next film?
very next film?
Okay.
It's not coming out till literally
Next year.
December of next year.
Wow, so we got a
Christmas.
while.
Yeah, they decided to ruin my Christmas. But Galactus, wow, I loved it. He was threatening. He was. I
Looked
thought,
great.
yeah, he looked really good. He wasn't a cloud,
Yeah.
which I was like, "There's no way they're gonna do that again. There's no way."
So yeah, I actually thought he was supposed to be like the size of a planet, or like
Right.
big enough to actually fit a planet in his mouth. Not that he just
Yeah.
like grinds a planet down
Right.
and
No, he
eats it like a soup.
right. Basically, like his ship breaks it down and it converts it to cosmic rays that he kind of like bathes in,
Yeah.
and that's how he eats. It's almost like an osmosis sort of thing.
Well, they had like all those pipes like going into his
Yeah.
suit that was like feeding him.
Yep. But I think he can get that big, but he just doesn't. He actually likes to shrink down and walk on the planet and break it up,
Yeah.
like that scene where he picks up the soil and he just.
I thought he was actually just gonna eat some dirt.
Yeah,
Right there.
I say he likes to do that. So it got Galactus right. He was threatening. The eyes turned on. Some of
So
this.
what's the point of that? Like, why? So his eyes like constantly turn on and off. Like,
Mhm.
what's the point of that?
I just thought it was probably just because it looked cool.
Okay.
No, I think they tease like he has a visor that's. Excuse me. He has a visor that scans things.
Yeah.
So that was probably part of it because he has eyes. We saw his actual eyeballs.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he had the scanner that was looking for Franklin Richards. So I don't know. It's probably just how he surveys stuff, but it just looks cool. Like when they say, "Here's Galactus," and then I loved it. I don't know, like the atmosphere surrounding his buildup, and then him actually being revealed, his voice. It was fantastic. I loved it. Galactus is my favorite character, like one of my favorite villains. Like I have the bucket, which I'm probably gonna have to just use in the thumbnail.
That I 3D printed for you.
Yeah, that you 3D printed. I also own Galactus the Devourer 1 through 6, and I collect anything Galactus related. When I was a kid, they sold action figures, and in the action figure box came with one piece of a galactic part. You had to buy all the action figures to grab all his body parts and stick them together to make a Galactus figurine.
Yeah.
I only collected his left arm. But really cool. Galactus was so awesome. He was done so well, and they couldn't beat him. I really thought they were going to do the ultimate nullifier, which is literally just a gun for anti-Galactus gun. I thought that's what they were going to do, but they didn't. No, the plot, like I was on the edge of my seat because their first thing is like maybe we can hide from Galactus, and then that didn't work. And they're like, why don't we bring him here? And we try to teleport him. That didn't work. So they had to do all these things and adapt to Galactus showing up. So I don't know. He was threatening, and like the plot, I was on the edge of my seat, like what's going to happen next. Silver Surfer was a good fighter and threatening villain, and they had to get creative with how they kind of distract her or attempt to kill her and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, they had to trick her into a black hole.
yeah, no, like I was like, dude, like they're really trying to get creative. Like Reed Richards has to like think, like, how do we beat her? How do we do this? And
Yeah.
you know, and I was on the edge of my seat. Like I haven't done that in a long time. So yeah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, the only thing I guess leading up to the final fight was that they had literal like months to prepare,
Yeah.
which that kind of part like just kind of took me out of it for a second because I'm like,
Was it because like it was like one montage and supposedly months went by?
well, I mean, my thing is like, so they get in a ship, they fly through a wormhole, they can fly at light speed, build a wormhole, they go all the way to Galactus, try to like they were going to either like fight them or negotiate them or whatever. Then they come all the way back. So I was kind of expecting Galactus to make a similar like short trip to them, but no,
Mm.
he just like took the slow way and like
Yeah. Yeah.
So they had months and months to build teleporters, make a plan, do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty funny that he like slowed and took a slow way over.
There, because like there was like in that montage, they're like Galactus ship is now at Jupiter, and then it's like more scenes like he's now passing Mars.
Yeah. Yeah. So I took you out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, that was just my thing. I noticed, like, man, he's really taking his sweet time because I guess
Yeah.
he thinks like, yeah, nothing can stop him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wonder if he'll come back. I wonder if in the Secret Wars thing it'll bring it all together.
I don't know. Do you really think we'll see much of this universe more?
Their universe, no. I
Yeah.
think that I think in Secret Wars they're just going to bring the Fantastic Four over.
Okay.
I don't think there weren't any characters that were prominent that would warrant carrying everything over.
Yeah.
You know?
I wouldn't expect to either. But also, they're gonna reboot everything after
Yeah.
Doomsday or whatever.
They could bring back Galactus. That would be fun. I think he could be a big part of Secret Wars. I kind of was disappointed with their Doctor Doom reveal.
Yeah.
I was really thinking they would show Robert Downey Jr., but they really didn't shoot any scenes with him. They
Well,
just
I was hoping that the end credit scene would tie into the end credit scene of Thunderbolts.
Mm.
Because you see their ship at the end of Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
And it's like I was expecting them like, guys, let's go to this universe or something.
Right. Yeah.
Like we gotta build a team or I don't know.
Or like at the end of First Avenger when Steve Rogers is caught up to the present day.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. I'm with you, like a scene where it's like, oh, why are they here? But no, they didn't bother with that. But I mean, you could also say that ties into its own film. Like
Yeah.
it's just trying to stand alone. It's the first steps, into a new its own thing.
Well, I did notice like the Easter egg of Doctor Doom's nation's Latveria.
Yep.
Yeah, so I did notice that like the UN meetings, there was like the Latveria seat that was empty.
Yeah, yeah. So that confirms Robert Downey Jr. is the Doctor Doom of that universe. I think, personally, I think that means that's him. I don't know. I don't know where they're going with it. I mean, it was just like he's there. Like it just she goes to grab Sue Storm goes to grab a kid's book, and she comes back, and Doctor Doom's just standing there, just chilling,
talking to her kid.
just he didn't say anything though. He just chill, he's just chilling. So I don't know. I think it could have been better, but they're just trying to tease something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that was disappointing. That was anything that was disappointing. Other than that, I thought it was a pretty dang good movie. I think everybody should go see it. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, like we said, I think it was a breath of fresh air.
Mhm.
Pacing was good. Chemistry of the characters were good.
CGI was good.
CGI was good. There's only like one moment. I don't know if it was the 3D because we saw it in 3D. It was like whenever the Silver Surfer showed up and like they took the flying car and like immediately like I guess like braked abruptly and everyone jumped out. That part looked a little weird to me, but that was it.
I'll agree with you. 3D isn't the way to go when it comes to watching this film.
I forget I'm even watching it in 3D.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you forget you're wearing the glasses. But I would say made a couple parts just feel a little bit more blurry.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't bother watching this one in 3D. It's no Guardians of the Galaxy where there's colors and there's stars and it's all it's like that needs to be seen in 3D.
Yeah.
That's not in this movie. I think you just watch it in 2D if you can. So other than that, what would you rate this, Matt?
Well, before we rate it,
Sure.
During the final fight, did you actually think Susan Storm was going to die?
No.
I don't know. Like I was getting close. I was like, is someone finally going to die in the Marvel movie?
Yeah. Well, I was sitting here thinking this scene's going on really long if she's not going to die because they were sitting there standing over here crying
Like
for a
it's so-
solid 3 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long gotcha scene.
Yeah, and it took a minute, and then when Franklin Richards touched her and she came back, I was like, okay, cool. He's got some Jesus powers. He's basically Baby Yoda. because Baby Yoda can heal people, or
Yeah.
Ray. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't like Jesus' powers. I'm tired of the healing, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, it had me for like maybe half a second up until once the baby started touching her. I was like, all right, cool. Because if she didn't come back, that was like a 3-minute sad scene of like they're all just looking at her dead body. I was like, they didn't even tease Iron Man dying this long. So,
Yeah.
But anyway.
But rating it, I think give it a good 8.
I think I'm with you. I think 8. What held it back from being a 9? It felt like it was a very big step in the right direction. It was very solid. It was action packed, and it had funny moments. Not like the Marvel humor funny, just stuff genuinely funny scenes. But what held it back from being a 9, I guess for me, was it just didn't bring back that childhood like rise of like I want to be a superhero out of me. So it's very enjoyable. It's a very good film, but like I don't know, it's no Civil War, it's no Winter Soldier, but it was still pretty dang good. So I think it's very. I don't know if they just keep this up. If we were getting movies like this the past 5 years, I don't think we would be where we're at now with Marvel. I think we'd be in a very better spot where they're all making money. They're all still quality films. I think they should have kept this types of films up instead of what we got for the past 5 years,
Yeah.
5-6 years. So
Yeah, and you didn't have to watch any of the Disney Plus TV shows to be caught up with this, because again, this was a very isolated movie.
And I think that's the only way they could have made multiverse cool was if it was just like more stuff like this, where they're just standalone films, standalone heroes in their standalone worlds, and then Secret Wars brings them together.
Well, that's how like it all led up to the first Avengers movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Same way.
Yep. I think it worked out pretty well that time. I wish they'd do it again, but I think we're getting there. So we'll
reboot
see.
time.
Yeah, I mean that's what this is. They can't keep Robert Downey Jr. forever. He's so expensive. I think he's getting paid the most at everybody coming back. So, and I was reading, it looks like Chris Evans is coming back too. So,
for a different wait, for Captain America
he's
again,
probably
or
going to be
for
Captain Hydra,
or for
Human Torch.
Human Torch again, like in Wolverine.
That'd be funny. But no, we'll see. All right. Well, anything else you want to say? No,
not really. I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the giant Galactus popcorn bucket I 3D printed.
Same, brother. Same. It was great. All right, guys. I think that's it for tonight. We're going to go to bed, and we will see y'all next time. Say bye.
Bye.
Farewell.